and welcome to the latest layout update for building the ELR. My apologies it's taken me so long to do this, but I've been mightily busy, as you're probably going to find out. So I think first of all we'll get the new additions to the layout over and done with. As you can see in this image, we've got the new Class 40 that's arrived, courtesy of Andy over at Head Bumps. D335. It's a Lima model. It's not the best. They never are. But at the end of the day, it's Class 40. Wow. It's got the head code boxes. Missing a detail pack, but I'm pretty certain I'll get that sorted. It's a little on the dusty side. It's going to get a clean, and it's going to get a little tiny bit of weathering on the bogies. Maybe a tiny bit on the underside. But we'll have it looking good. This is the major problem. It's not the quietest. I think I'm going to swap the motor out as I do with as I'm going to be doing with all the Lima locos. On the tail end of that, you saw the other new addition that Andy brought with him when he came last week. It's the crane, one of the cranes. ELR have two. This is one of them. One's steam, one's diesel powered. I believe this is a diesel powered one. The ELR's version is black. This is yellow. I'm umming and ahhing whether to repaint or whether to just leave it yellow. I think it looks really nice like that. I might make a few modifications to it to getting it look a little bit more realistic, but still, it's a beautiful piece of kit. And on to the next one, and this is my favourite. Oh, look, it's Onslaught. I am so happy Onslaught has made it to the layout. D832. It's a warship class. Stunning piece of kit, as I always say about every local, but this one really is something special. It's quite rare, let's just put it that way. Currently, it's parked up at Castleton Works, and it's having a bit of fettling. It will be off the rails for a while, not for too long, fingers crossed, but on the ELR, it's here. Now, unfortunately, it has got a little bit of an issue, this loco. It's not running. It is running, but it's not running very well, as you'll probably see in this next little clip. I'm not overly happy with it. It's going to have to be pulled apart and fettled, and it's quite noisy. Let's just leave it at quite noisy. And that brings us nicely into the station. This station building has been a pain in the backside. I have spent so much time on it, but we're getting there now. It's so close. I'm actually really proud of it as well. I'll take you through a few of the things that I've been doing to it. Firstly, I've done one of the staircases. Now I'm going to do a separate how-to video on this. This staircase is still missing a few bits and bats, as you can see. The original, we've got the hand railings to go in, we've got some lighting, pictures, bits and bats. But it's, we've got the stairs in. The roof's been felted and edged off. It's still awaiting a bit of filler on the corners, just to lose the corners, and then sanding, get that complete. The whole roof has now been felted. That's ready for painting, to be honest, but I'm going to hold off until the glazing's in. The glazing's the next big job on this. The glazing's going to be massive. As you can see, the concrete beams that run underneath are in. They need filling and edging and sanding, sorry, so the edges are lost. We haven't done underneath it yet, and the reason for this is, as you can see, it is excessively complicated under there. I'm not replicating the stone arches at the back. It's just too much detail. I'm not going to get that far, but the buildings, I'll replicate them. So there's still a bit of work to do on the back there. But as for the tunnel entrance, we've cracked on with that. The tunnel entrance is done now. Now, I know there's no keystones over the top, as you can see here. I haven't put any keystones in running over there. There's a reason for that. It's let's put it this way, it's not clean. It's not clean. It's quite sooted up. So by the time I finish with the airbrush, it'll be very different. Where I'm pointing to now, there's a steel beam that runs across. Now that steel beam is part of the new bridge support, as you can see in this image, and I've not got the plastics for it yet. I will get it in though, but as you can see, it's heavily sooted up. So airbrushing, it'll look the part. Now next to it, we have a little bit of modern stonework that is completely different. and it's slightly rounded. So the card's in, it's waiting. I'm waiting on delivery of the stone basically. As soon as the stone paper arrives, I can get that on the same as I've done the rest of it, and it will look absolutely spot on. I'm even thinking of replicating the scaffolding. Now the next bit of trackside equipment, I've looked everywhere and I can't find anything, so I am going to have to replicate this by hand. Not quite sure how yet, but I will. And that pretty much sums it up for this part of the layout underneath. Still quite a bit of work to do under here, but the basic brickwork of the station is complete. Now if we move up top, as you can see, we've got the front of the station now. We've got the clock tower moving down the side. This is some stuff I did this afternoon. A little bulge out of the side where the office is, ticket office is basically. Now as you can see in these images, it's cladded. I need to buy some material for cladding. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manufacture that yet. It's up in arms. I'll figure it out later on at a later date. As you can see, there's lamp posts to go in. There's some signposts to go in. I've still got a fair bit to do. We're getting there though. Now coming down this side here, this whole section here is missing the stonework. It's exactly the same stone paper that goes on the other section. We know the rounded bit underneath the layout. So again, I'm waiting for that to come in. If you look carefully, I have actually got some of the paving in, but not all of it. And the front of the front entrance of the station, I've yet to make. That's mostly plasticard, and I've not got any plasticard left. I've used it all now, so again, I'm waiting on it. But as you can see, the paving will look absolutely superb when it's in. I've put the capstones on; they need painting up, and they should stand out a bit better when they've been painted. But the most important thing is all the tarmac's down. Now, trackside's been removed in this shot because I was just making sure everything was lined up properly and all the paving is in. It gets a layer of card first and then the plastic card over the top. It's pretty difficult to make out on the pictures, but as you can see from that angle, I've got a nice little bit of pavement there. Trackside is on the right hand side of that, and then you've got the platform going down there. Most of that is in plastic card with the paving, so again, I'm waiting on delivery. Hopefully I'm expecting it Wednesday-ish, and then I can get the paving side of things finished on the station build. So that's pretty much the station build. Now, as you can see, the rest of it, I've finally managed to get all the tarmac down. So I am now in a position now where the tarmac can be painted. I think that's going to be one of the jobs in the future. I have put some stone paper on the walls. Looks pretty good close up. I'll discuss that in a minute. But yeah, tarmac's down. I'm happy. And the trackside building itself, I'm going to cover in a separate video because basically I didn't get time to film the station. It's too complicated, so I'm going to film trackside being built. Now the roof is going to be painted black and given some like a very light dusting of chalk. As you can see, I've done a test piece of what the finished material is going to look like. That is actually the same material that's on the roof, just painted black, and as you can see, it makes it totally different, and it does look damn good. Now, from this aerial shot from Google Earth, you can see it's like a white powder on the top, and it's got some leaf debris on, and the drains on each of the staircases going down. So there's still a bit of detailing work to do on the roof, but we're getting there. It's a pretty damn accurate replica, actually, considering I did most of it by eye, so I'm actually quite pleased with it. So that's it about the station build for now. We'll take a look at the other board. So not a great deal has happened on here. I've made some modifications here and there. I'll show you in a sec. I've been putting all the effort into the station building, to be fair, but it's been quite a task, that station building. It's took me away, but as you can see, that point has now been moved over by the signal box. Only moved it back an inch or so, looking at Google Maps, that's all it needed. So that's bang on perfect now, and I've changed the radius going over to Haywood. You can see the original and where I've put the new one. A lot less tight, so hopefully it'll fit much better. The bridge going over the tracks has been card lined now. That's basically, it's going to be its final finish. It'll get a coat of paint, but the edges will get touched in with a bit of filler. And then a coat of paint, and that's all it needs. I'm fairly pleased with that now. That's pretty much done. The top of it won't get done till the end. Now there's one element missing here. There's a pipe that runs parallel to the bridge and goes down the back of this shed here. That I haven't built yet. I've been waiting to get that shed perfectly right first before I build it. as you can see from these images, it's a square box with a circular pillar. So I'm going to use a bit of 50mm copper pipe painted and then make a square concrete box, and it should fit nicely just where it needs to be. You can see the fencing there, that's the fencing off the platform. It's not the actual fencing I'm going to use, but that's where it goes, and it will run the full length all the way down and be painted black. I think it's spiky metal, to be honest. Yeah, it's coming on. It's looking pretty good now. I'm really pleased with this brick paper when you get up close to it, but when you back off from it, you can see a repetitive pattern. So this is going to take me some time with a paintbrush, detailing separate bricks, bit of spray, bit of black soot, bit of mess, bit of greenery, and I should be able to lose that. Now, as you can see from here, I've managed to get 4/6 shed bang on now. I'm happy with that track. It's running straight in. I've got no issues with it. That's where it's going. It's done. I'm happy. I've checked it with the locals. There's no problems. It's the right length. It's in the right position. So that's good to go now, which is a bonus. So that'll give me something to do whilst I'm waiting. And that pretty much sums up the layout update. All I can say is thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And I will see you all next time. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, and tell everybody about this. It's just going to get better and better and better. And these are just the first 2 boards. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all again next time. And thank you so much for watching.